Hey, everybody, and welcome. We have this common idea that what's good for business must be good for the rest of us. But what if that's not the whole story? What if, sometimes, the exact opposite is true? Today, we are going to dig into a really fascinating economic idea, how a market that is just a total nightmare for business owners can, believe it or not, be an absolute paradise for you, the consumer. Let's get into it. This quote right here really nails the paradox we're talking about. I mean, think about it. For the person running the business, it's a grind, a constant struggle. But for the customer and for society as a whole, it's a paradise. So how on earth can the same system create two totally opposite experiences? So this is the big question we're going to unpack today. It just feels wrong, doesn't it? We're so used to thinking that thriving businesses mean a thriving community. But in the world of what economists call perfect competition, the story gets a little more complicated and, honestly, a lot more interesting. All right, so let's first tackle the tough part for the owner. In a market with perfect competition, you've got so many people selling the exact same thing that no single business owner has any power to set their own price. The pressure from all that competition just pushes profits down and down and down until in the long run, they basically vanish. You're not thriving, you're just trying to survive. So, where's the silver lining in all this? Well, the answer to our paradox isn't about making money. It's about efficiency. That same relentless competitive pressure that absolutely crushes profits, well, it also forces businesses to get incredibly good at what they do. And this happens in two really specific, really powerful ways. Okay, our first big concept is productive efficiency. And in a nutshell, it's pretty simple. It means making things in the leanest, meanest, most effective way you can. It's really the art of getting rid of all the waste and doing more with less. And here is the key takeaway, the most important part. That intense competition forces the market price down to the absolute lowest possible cost it takes to actually make something. I mean, just let that sink in for a second. The price you pay is tied directly to the rock-bottom cost of production, not whatever price a company wishes they could get away with charging. So here's how that competitive squeeze really works. Step 1, a business can't just decide to raise its prices. So step 2, the only thing they can do to survive is to cut their costs relentlessly. Which leads to step 3, any company that's lazy or inefficient or wasteful is going to find that its costs are higher than the market price and poof, they're gone. Competition naturally weeds out all the inefficiency. Let's make this super concrete. Think about a tourist town like Tanjung Lesung. A little homestay that wastes a ton of electricity or overpays for its laundry service? It just can't compete. The market forces every single coconut vendor, every boat captain, every little shop to be as lean as possible. And the result is that society's precious resources, our labor, our land, our capital, aren't just being squandered. So what does this actually mean for you when you're pulling out your wallet? It means you're not paying extra to cover for a company's dumb mistakes or its sloppy operations. You are getting that product at a price that reflects its true bare-bones cost of production. But believe it or not, that's only half the story. And that brings us to our second pillar, allocative efficiency. Now, this isn't just about making things cheaply. It's about making the right things, the stuff that people, actually want and need. The key here is this little formula. Price equals marginal cost. Marginal cost sounds technical, but it just means the cost of making one more of something. So, in a truly efficient market, the price you are willing to pay for one more t-shirt or one more cup of coffee perfectly matches what it costs society to produce that single extra unit. It's a perfect, beautiful balance. Picture it. You're back in Tanjung Lesung, and all of a sudden, everyone is craving coconuts. Demand goes up, so the price goes up, maybe just a little bit. But that tiny price change is a huge signal. It's the market yelling, hey, people want more coconuts over here. And just like that, suppliers shift their resources to start gathering more coconuts. The market just automatically adjusts to give people exactly what they're asking for. Now, compare that to a market where you have a monopoly. A single company can just decide to produce less of something to artificially jack up the price. That creates what economists call deadweight loss, which is basically just a fancy term for a loss of value for everyone. With allocative efficiency, that just doesn't happen. Resources flow exactly where we, the consumers, want them to go. Okay, so let's pull these two big ideas together. You've got these two incredibly powerful forces, productive and allocative efficiency, and they are both born from this brutal, cutthroat competition. But the result is an amazing payoff for society as a whole. This table sums it all up perfectly. You've got productive efficiency, which ensures that nothing gets wasted, and you have allocative efficiency, which ensures we are making the right stuff. You put those two together, and what do you get? You get the lowest possible prices for the exact mix of things that we all desire. It's pretty amazing.
So yeah, while it is an absolutely grueling environment for any one business owner trying to make it, the system as a whole is working almost perfectly for the rest of us. This consumer paradise is real, and it happens because competition squeezes every single last drop of value out of our limited resources. And that is the beautiful silver lining of brutal competition.
Which, of course, leaves us with one last, really big question to chew on. If this system of perfect competition is so great for us, so close to paradise, why don't we see it in every single industry? What's standing in the way? Something to think about. Thanks so much for joining me.